I'm here with David. We're outside Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Rochdale 1. We win on penalties. It's still in the hat, which is the most important thing. What do you make of that, Dave?
A bit of a funny one, really. Obviously, teams like this, lower leagues, they always put the game up against us, so you can't argue about that. But it's a final third for me still. I mean, there was only really Pogba in the first half. I mean, his shots weren't great, but at least he was shooting. And Greenwood had a couple.
Rowe had about 6 in the first half as well, David.
Wild ones. But yeah, well, you can tell if they were challenges or. But yeah,
one of them he should have scored on the back post. And I was going to say, despite the fact we didn't, score in the first, we had the chances to actually score. Pogba should have scored. Greenwood should have scored. We had the chances. Rojo should have.
Yeah, I mean, there's Pogba's header. And then Rojo, that should have been on target. I mean, maybe the keeper could have saved it, but it should have been on target no matter what. But I think it's just final third. It's like the old Arsenal, cliche of trying to score the perfect goal. It's just get it in the back of the net.
I felt as well, particularly after we went to 1-1 and they had something to hold on to, that it was way too easy for them to see it out. And I kind of feel that with a lot of teams, it's way too easy for them to, if they want to come here and shut up shop, they can, because we just play in front of them.
It's because Premier League teams are showing them. You just shut up shop and do it on the counter attack, and you can beat us. It's not hard work. There's not much.
What does Ali need to do then? Because I feel like tactically there needs to be something worked on. I thought when he first came in, it was quite refreshing what he was doing, but now it's looking a bit stale. What we're trying to do.
Well, you must know. You're Stretford End, I'm East Stand. When we're actually pressing forward, there's just no movement. You got someone on the ball, and like Rojo was on the ball a few times, Pogba on the ball, and you're looking about how we're going to pass. And it's a pass that way, pass back, and because there's no space there because people are staying to the defenders, and I think it's just about the whole philosophy of making space for one another. I don't know whether it's players thinking, right, I'm going to get the ball, instead of thinking, right, I'll create some space, and then there'll be a space for the player running through. You don't seem to see that anymore, and I think that's the most frustrating thing.
What did you make of the younger lads today? Axel Tuanzebe, skipper, obviously, and Mason and Tahith starting.
Yeah, I don't think Tahith played too well.
He seems to run down a lot of closed alleys.
He was. He gave the ball away a few times. There's a few mistakes he made. Well, that's going to be coming. He's a young lad. I mean, Mason, I don't think he scored a goal. I don't think he played the best of his ability. He gave the ball away a couple of times.
It's incredible, isn't it? I think the same, by the way, that Mason hasn't played well in either of the games he's started, but he's got goals.
Exactly, he's 2 and 2, and you can't argue with that. I mean, Axel, you know what you're getting with Axel, proper defender, and I thought he played really well. Probably give him man of the match again, really. I mean, captain the team against his local team. I mean, it's what dreams are made of, isn't it?
Zayan, the kids have beat Rochdale I say the kids, there was a few experienced players in there as well. 1-1, we go through on penalties against Rochdale. How are you feeling after that?
I thought it was really embarrassing that we had so many. We play. Our build-up play was all right, but in the final third, the crossing, the shots, they're all terrible. Like what we try when you shoot from distance, you got to at least hit the target, because then there's at least a chance that it's going to go in.
Are you talking to Marcus Rojo here, mate?
No, but even like Marcus Rojo, it's even slightly close, but like he's a defender, but like some of the strikers even just skying it over the net. Need to keep calm.
It did get frustrating today watching all those chances go away. Someone that did take a chance in the end was Mason Greenwood. 2 goals in 2 games, 2 starts rather. I think he's about your age, isn't he? What did you make of his performance today?
I thought he did really well, and I think he'll be one of our best players in the future. And I really hope that Ollie plays him and tries him out in the Premier League, because I think he'll be really important for us this season.
What have you made of Ollie's start to this season?
I thought that this season was never. We weren't going to make it in the top 4, so we had to make our best of the Europa League and the other competitions. So I wasn't really expecting much, but scraping past Rochdale is a lot below the expectation.
We did go through in the end. We got Chelsea next. You think we're going to go through against them?
Well, it depends. If we play like we did at the start of the season, then yeah. But if we're playing like we were now, we're going to get absolutely battered.
And by the start of the season, it simply means that one game against Chelsea. I love it, Zayan. Gartic. Yeah, I said it right this time. What did you make of that today?
I don't know what's happened to us, because when Ollie first came in, you could tell what we were doing. We were going to play counter-attacking football, press from the front, and just smash people with our pace. But now I don't know what we're trying to do. We're on the edge of the box. We're playing 500 passes outside the box and no one's getting in. And I'm thinking, where's that?
Why are teams so comfortable in setting up shop against us? Because when it went 1-1, they just sat back and it was so easy. Yeah, we passed in front, round, back, and it was almost like Van Gaal-esque, Moyes-esque days.
I don't know. I don't understand what it is about us that we just let people do what they want when they come here. And I've just listened to a group of people there going on about signings. We don't need a Bruno Fernandes to beat Rochdale. We shouldn't anyway. I mean, there's no excuse. And I'm just trying to find out, because if it was a midfield of McTominay, Matic, and maybe, let's say, I don't know, Fred again, that's not our main midfield. So we can say, okay, yeah, they're not the first team, but that was probably our first team. Pogba,
Midfield, you mean?
Yeah, midfield. Yeah, that's probably our first choice midfield, and that's a bit worrying, because that's probably what we'll rock up with against Arsenal on Monday. But with Matic in there, so it's going to be worse altogether.
McTominay.
Oh, McTominay, yeah. So
Do you think
McTominay.
Fred should start against Arsenal? I thought he played well today, you know.
I did. I was speaking to Gaz, and he said he put in a 2 out of 10, so I didn't quite agree with him.
Where is Gaz, by the way?
He ran off because there was a crowd. I mean, there's no crowd now, but you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'd start him ahead of Matic, maybe not ahead of McTominay. So maybe a midfield 3 would be nice. I don't think this 4-2-3-1's working. I think we should just stick with the 3 until we buy in that number 10.
What do you make of Oli tactically?
He's a bit here and there, isn't he? Because I mean, at the start I thought, yeah, he's got his tactics. He's put his message across. Done. I don't know whether it's because we've gone through this reset of the squad that we need to, you know, go to a more basic tactic, and then once we get the players in, we can go ahead with what we did before. I don't know, but in terms of his substitutions, I'm not too sure on it, because he's making them too late. I mean, Mata came on with 8 minutes to go, and I'm sure I said this against Chelsea, and I said, why are we bringing them on too early? Too late, sorry.
Say shit. You
my brain's gone anywhere. But yeah, so I don't know what his plan is. I do hope he's the guy, but I don't know.
Who's your man of the match then?
Do I have to choose one? Probably Axel, because he had the captain's armband and he put in a captain's performance. It's just a shame no one else did.
Axel as well, or are you gone with someone else?
Yeah, I thought he did really well for his first game as a captain, even so young, but we can't just rely on him to be our main leader. We need leaders out there with Axel.
Defo, what impressed you today, if anything?
Best part of that game were the penalties. That's it. Just diabolical football. Every time we get in the box, final third, nothing. It's going back again. Back, forth, up and down.
Do you think Ollie's the man?
Yeah, if you give him time.
He needs time.
Yeah, he needs time. Couple of transfer windows, bit more time. We should be all right. We're miles and miles away from City and Liverpool. Miles away.
Is Ollie the man to bridge that gap?
I don't know. After that performance tonight, no.
It's hard to base it on that, isn't it? Because
it started well and then just something went wrong. I don't know what went wrong.
do you mean Ollie himself in his tenure here?
Yeah, and it just went from there to there with him like that. I just don't know what to say.
Would you play Fred against Arsenal?
100%.
Yeah.
100% play Fred.
Cheers, man.